All right, you top of the league Buccaneers. It is talking Buccaneers with me, Fumane. After your beloved has won 1-0 against Supersport United. I hope you can hear me because this is the one shot I'm giving it. So I really hope you can hear me. But yeah, it is talking Buccaneers after Orlando Pirates 1, Orlando Pirates 2, Supersport United 0. Before I get into this encounter, one thing I want to start with, I want to give, a massive shout out to the stadium announcer. This is something that I usually don't mention on this platform, but I think it is worth mentioning. It is worth mentioning because when you get to Orlando Stadium, before games like these, before Orlando Pirates puts on a performance like this one, which is not the most amazing performance, but it is a solid performance nonetheless. It's a very professional performance. It's a get the job done performance. It's a get 3 points performance, go top of the league performance. But before they do that, before the players can do that, and I'm sure you can see them over there, just sort of giving a lap of honor as they do, appreciating the fans. I think they're over there now. But before they put on a performance like this, which is a performance that we're asking for, which is get the job done, get the 3 points. There's a guy called Melody. He works for Orlando Pirates as the stadium announcer. And one of his jobs, besides entertaining us, it's as well as getting us, in the mood to support these guys, in the mood to set the atmosphere in this stadium so that when these mighty boys come out, they give us something worth celebrating at the end. And I just want to give a shout out to that. Before the game starts, Melody was already begging the fans to be up for it as he's announcing the players' names, begging the fans to stand up, cheer every player's name or after every player's name. And yeah, I think that's one of the things that it takes. For those of you guys that don't come to the stadium, one of the things that it takes these people like Melody and all the other guys that are part of the sort of the entertainment side of things here at the stadium to get us fans up for it so that we support the mighty men in black. But yeah, one of the ways, after a loss against Magesi, to make sure that you get things back on track is that 1 minute after the referee starts the game, you score a goal. That's one of the ways that you get things back on track. And I think there's no better way we could have than to, after 2 minutes, to score our goal and, get things back to normal proceedings. And shout out to Orlando Pirates for that. Something particularly interesting that I noted after we scored the goal, after, the Evidence Mahopa obviously scores after a minute or 2 minutes, is that you see a lot of the players running towards the head coach to go and celebrate with him. And what it says to me is it seems like that is something that they are particularly celebrating. Maybe it's something that they particularly planned. It's something that was up Orlando Pirates' sleeve to say, you know what, let's catch them off guard. I remember one thing I remember saying after the Supersport United game, the previous game where we beat them 3-1, I think in the MTNH, was that I was so surprised to see that early on in the game, they already come out and they try and attack us. They try and put us under pressure. They try and, press us, not press us, but they try and, make us defend in our own half. They come out the blocks, they come out swinging. And I think that would have been one of the strategies from the head coach and his technical team to say, if they try and do that, one thing we're going to do is we're going to go long. And I know some people, some analysts, some fans hate the long ball, route one kind of approach to scoring a goal, but I love it when my team mixes it up. I think sometimes going the way of sort of breaking the opposition down can get frustrating when you don't get through them. And if the one way you can get through them is to go over them and Mahopa puts in a goal after 2 minutes, then I'm all for it. Let's go for that. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how we variated our approach today. I'm happy that we caught them off guard 2 minutes after the game has started, and I'm so impressed with that. There's a lot sort of in my mind, but it's so hard to do one of these immediately after the game because you are so much caught up in the mood of the celebrations and all of that. But yeah, I think overall it wasn't, I can be entirely honest in saying that it wasn't the most entertaining of games. But I think in patches you saw the brilliance of how, you know, we can pass the ball around. And I want to give massive shout out to the players and the team overall and the squad and obviously their coaches, because that's something that I think I always knock in saying that as much as we are a team that wins, but we are still yet to prove me in being able to dominate games, especially in the passing game and breaking down teams. So that's something that was particularly satisfying for me to see in patches where it seemed like, you know, we were so good on the ball and passing the ball around. Another thing that I do want to say is that we look fitter than Supersport United today. We look faster than them. We look sharper than them. And that's something I spoke about in my preview of this game, to say we got to make sure that they're going to bring a dogfight. And they can't beat us at, you know, the simple things like fighting and that sort of thing. And I love it when Orlando Pirates does that. They do that part of the game. Because if they do that part of the game, I can always trust that the quality is going to come through for us. We've got better quality, and I can trust in that. And it did come through, and we won this game. We wanted to. I'm so happy that we scored the late goal. Shout out Dion Hotto for a brilliant finish. I feel so sad for Relebogile Mofokeng, who could have sealed it. Not just him, a lot of opportunities to sort of kill this game. But I think one of those was Relebogile Mofokeng dribbling the whole ground and then, you know, that final piece of putting the ball in the back of the net. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't. But I think that's a criticism for me for him, because I am always on this platform saying that we need Relebogile Mofokeng to be the guy who helps us with the goals, because Mahopa's not going to be the only one scoring when he's on the pitch. Mabasa's not going to be the only one scoring on the pitch. If he is, then we're not going to win the league. We need 2 or 3 scorers for us to be able to challenge. And if Saleng is not playing, that responsibility is going to fall on Mofokeng. But even if Saleng is playing, you need Mofokeng to chip in with these goals. And that's the brutality that he needs to show when he's in front of the goal. He needs to put it in the back of the net. And yeah, so if I've got to, you know, try hard to find a criticism for such an amazing 20-year-old, it's that he's got to be able to put it in the back of the net, and there's no excuse for that. But other than that, you guys probably hear that I'm kind of rambling. Yeah, there's not a lot that I think is left for me to say, except to say that shout out to you, Orlando Pirates, top of the league. Enjoy it. We've got to, you see, the thing about the league is that if you want to enjoy it at the end, you're not going to enjoy it. You've got to enjoy the ride, and that's why we want to enjoy this game, is that we enjoy the, you know, the moments towards the end. You can't just enjoy the trophy lift, because that's such a short-lived moment. You've got to enjoy the ride. And when you're top of the league, enjoy it. If Sundowns go and play and they win their game, it's fine. But we've done our part, at least for a night. We're going to be top of the league, but I'm backing us to go all the way. Anyway, let me leave it here. Up the mighty Bucks. Cheers. I bet you AmaZulu is shaking in their boots and they don't want to come out here on Friday night, because Friday night, best believe this place is going to be packed for these boys to go and do the job again. Anyway, up the mighty Bucks. Cheers. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video from Talking Buccaneers. If you did, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all our future content.